Do you ever feel like the day just flies by and there's never enough time to do everything that you want to do? I definitely felt like that when I was younger until I discovered a way that works for me to stay on top of things in my home. We live in a century-old farmhouse on many acres of land in a rural area, but I didn't always live this way. Before we moved here, I often felt like I was behind on my long list of things to do, and I would feel overwhelmed. What I would end up doing is just tackle the things I wanted to tackle instead of what actually had to be done. But meanwhile, the important things I was ignoring were just nagging me in the back of my mind. What really got me to change was when we moved onto this farm. The sheer amount of work forced me to figure out a good system for myself. Living on a farm means that there is always work to do. And when we moved here, my to-do list really just exploded. I actually remember writing down all of my tasks one day, and I was so blown away by how much I had to do that I took a picture of it and I sent it to a friend of mine, wondering how on earth I could ever get through it. So what helped me switch it up and stay on top of things is really quite simple, but I think that it is important. I made a decision to tackle the most important tasks every single day. So, in other words, I learned how to prioritize. So this week I made a galette because we had a lot of squash around from the garden, and I made 2 extra pie crusts. So this is another way to do something that will make life easier for yourself in the future. Whenever I make pie crust, I try to make a few extra to stick in the fridge or the freezer for later. And right now I have some pressure can chicken in the pantry, so tomorrow or the next day, I will crack one open and make some chicken pot pie. So just doing things like this can really help to make things go more smoothly. And this brings me to the next thing I wanted to talk about, which has been really helpful, and that is embracing routine, but staying flexible. So life on the farm, and I think life in general, is really unpredictable. Daily life does not always follow your plan, especially if you are also taking care of children. And I gotta say that a steady rhythm can help, but it's also important to leave room when life throws you a curveball. And I do think it's important to give ourselves grace on days when your priority will pull you away from something that you actually want to do. And I think that's not always easy to do. Like if you're in a season where you have small children and their needs come first, for example, I think it's important to follow that. Having rhythm helps me stay grounded, but you cannot hold on too tightly to your plans or you will get frustrated. And I also discovered that making a decision for yourself can be really powerful. When you are the one who chooses to do something, you have your own purpose to do it, and it is driven by you. So that allows you to take back control. You start caring more and following through more because you are the one who decided to do it. And then life will begin to feel more manageable and a little bit less overwhelming. For example, I decided to prioritize having bread in the house every day. On days when I have more time, I will make a few loaves of the healthier spelt bread or whole wheat bread. But honestly, most days I just make this really easy bread which rises overnight, and then in the morning I will bake it in the oven. I decided to do this for our family, and now making a couple loaves of bread is just not a big deal anymore. It's part of my rhythm, the rhythm of my week. I think that little intentional moments like this can really help to bring some peace into your home. figured it all out yet. It is definitely still an ongoing thing, but I do recognize that I've come a long way and that this kind of system where prioritizing certain tasks but remaining flexible, it can really help you stay on top of things. And I think that this can help you build a good life, one that is less overwhelming even when you have a lot to do. This is really important in today's world that is so fast-paced and it's constantly pulling our attention in 100 different directions. And it's good to just slow down and think about what's important and then to do it with intention. In that sense, home can be more than just where you live. It can be the heart of your life in a meaningful way. I hope you are doing well. You take good care, and I will see you very soon.